So you guys all remember this phone, right? It's been through a lot. We added a very legit gold housing, a light up Apple logo, and we added an LED speaker mod. RGB all the way. But I was thinking, what can we do next? I've wanted to do a see-through screen mod for quite some time, so let's do that. The black on the screen is actually just paint, so theoretically we can just scrape it off. We might damage the LCD along the way, but I guess we'll find out. The first thing we need to do is subscribe to Phone Repair Guru. No, I'm just kidding. We need to open it up and we're gonna hit it with the famous unscrew. Someone left a comment the other day saying that they couldn't stop dreaming about me saying unscrew. I don't know how I feel about that. Remove the screen, unscrew the home button. I always use the iFixit Jimmy tool to remove the home button because it gets right under that flex cable really easily. Now we can unscrew the front earpiece speaker. Now we can remove the LCD backplate. We want this out of our way because it'll stop us from removing the frame. We need to separate the frame from the glass. We'll be using this machine. It's an LCD separator. While we won't be removing the LCD, this machine will heat up the screen, soften the adhesive, and it also sucks the shit out of the screen so that it stays in place. I had to get really creative to film this next bit because this machine was vibrating the entire room. Using a razor blade, we'll rip off that frame, praying to God that we don't break the screen. With the help of some isopropyl alcohol and the heat coming from underneath, we managed to get it off. We're gonna test it out and make sure everything's working. Looks like alcohol got under the display. That's okay, we'll try again.
Round 2, fight!
I didn't use any alcohol this time, so it better work. And it does, thank God. It's time to start scraping off that black paint. Scraping this was extremely scary because if I nicked any cables or the screen, this is all over. I'm doing my best to make sure that the paint is perfectly aligned, but the reality is it probably won't be. The top of the screen was a lot easier to scrape because the bottom is where all the cables are. The paint's all scratched off. It's time to test out this display and see if it still works. And it looks like it does, thank God. I actually thought I broke that for a second. As much as I would love to leave it completely clear, the screen needs a frame, or at least part of it, for two reasons. The first one is to hold the screen in place. The second one is to install the front earpiece speaker assembly. We're going to be doing a little bit of an improv surgery and try and remove part of the frame off this LCD-less glass and glue it over to our clear glass. We only need the top as the home button can hold itself in place on its own. I used clear glue to do this and it just did not look good at all, so I had to take it off and use double-sided adhesive. It was extremely hard to cut pieces to fit this tiny frame, but I managed. We can glue it on the screen, and it sits pretty nicely and is holding pretty strong. Now we have to install the front earpiece speaker assembly that comes with the camera, the proximity sensor, and an ambient light sensor. We can install our home button. It's time to reinstall the screen. The frame is holding on and is holding as good as I could have imagined. It's time to get that crunch and see the final result. And there it is, our iPhone 7 Plus with 4 custom mods. This has to be one of the most customized iPhone 7 Pluses around. The bottom definitely looks a lot better than the top, and it is a little trippy to use this device. The front camera and speaker are still working. If you thought this was crazy, wait until you see it in the dark. You get RGB from the front, the back, and the bottom. Anyway guys, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I kind of want to do this to an iPhone 10 or above. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.